Hi everyone, my name is Alison Wesley and I am a Franklin Method Educator. I'm part of Franklin Method faculty and I'm very excited to be able to share with you the webinar coming up on Master Your Voice. This webinar was originally intended to be taught by our dear Laura Hames Franklin, and I have spoken with her about this and she had shared some of her processing with me, and so I'm very honored to be able to carry some of her work on. My background is in theater and music and yoga. So I have been a singer and played flute for many years. I did study theater and I've been teaching yoga for about 17 years. And of course, I also teach Franklin Method. So I've always been very interested in voice, not only in terms of how we're able to produce sound, which we'll cover in the webinar, but also just how we're able to communicate and express that which is us. So this webinar is not for just singers, it's not just for you if you're a public speaker, it's for all of us. It's for anyone who wants to use their voice more effectively, wants to be able to free physical tension so that they're able to communicate and express and also tap into really what it is that we want to say when we go to communicate. So one of the things that might get in our way is physical tension. Today, I'd like to share with you a really simple exercise to help release tension in the jaw. So if you have Franklin balls, have those at the ready. If you don't, that's fine. You can use your fist, use your hand. And let's just take a moment to notice the feel of our voice and our starting point. So you might even close your eyes and just drop your attention into the feel of your throat, your jaw, your mouth, your cheeks. And then explore some sort of voicing. So you might hum, you might say your name, you might say a sentence. And as you're doing this, just notice how it feels in your body. Okay, welcome back. You might just mentally give that a rating, like 1 to 10, 1 being that was the worst I've ever felt about my voice, 10 being like that was perfection. We're going to see if we can improve it a little bit. So first we're going to find the masseter muscle. This is your big, strong jaw muscle. So you can take your fingers to your cheekbones and go a little bit underneath. So the masseter attaches right in the under ledge there of the cheekbone. You might give just a really gentle rub. Okay, now this is a super strong, really wonderful muscle that connects from the cheekbones down to the ledge of the mandible of the jaw. So you might just kind of slide that line a few times from cheekbone down to the underside of the mandible. Okay, so that's the path that we're going to follow. This muscle helps us close the mouth, close the jaw, and so we're going to see if we can melt this muscle a little bit and free some tension. So either with balls or with the flat part of your knuckles, okay, you can come right back to the masseter. And as we roll either knuckles or balls forward, at the same time you can open your jaw. And as you roll back at the same time, close. Okay, so you'll roll forward and open, and roll back to close. Now as you continue this, rolling forward, right, you're sliding over the masseter, rolling back to close. Can you imagine that muscle, that space between cheekbone and jaw is melting like melted taffy? Okay, softening, melted taffy. I'm going to take another round. And release and just notice the feel through your jaw. I know for me, I'm feeling very like spacious and dropped. And I already notice as I'm talking that I have a little bit more space to resonate. I have a little less tension. So you might try that out and do a little voicing. We're going to see if we can work with another muscle that's right above. This is the temporalis. This also helps to close your jaw. And again, you can use balls or you can use the heel of your palm. So we're going to find the temple, go a little bit above that. Okay, now the exercise is this. You're going to give a little push and a lift and then a little bit of a slide back. Okay, so you're making kind of a circle. You'll give a push, a slide up, and a roll back. Okay, and we don't need much of this. You can maybe do a couple more and you'll have an effect. So a little push, lift, roll back. Okay. Now, if you'd like to add really slight, as you lift, if you'd like to add a release of the jaw open, doesn't have to be a big movement at all. We're taking the mandible away from the temple. Melty temporalis. Let's do that one more time. Okay, let it go. Notice the feel through your skull. If you have any more space, again, you're welcome to play with some voicing. You might hum, you might say your name. And we're going to do one last piece to combine both. Okay, so I'm going to mirror you. You can take your right hand to the right masseter. That was that first muscle that we worked with. Okay, so your fingers can be relatively at the cheekbone. Take your left hand up and over. You're going to be the temporalis. We're going to be so loving and so light with this. We're going to imagine something melting, spreading between the hands. Okay? And with an exhale, you'll let your mouth relax open. Spread your hands. You can lean your head a little bit to the left. Okay, come back up. Super small. See that you're not pulling on your head. We're just imagining more space and distance. Okay, keep that going. And see if you can imagine that bottom hand sliding down along the masseter, the top hand sliding up the temporalis, like melty, melty jaw muscles. Once more. Okay, come back up to center. Can you feel a difference between the two sides? Okay. Now, if you do try to just say some words as I'm talking right now, see if you can feel how differently your right and left sides are moving. Like to me, I feel very free on this side. This side is desperately wanting to do this exercise. So let's try it out. Let's take the left hand to the left masseter. So fingers relatively at cheekbone there. Take your right hand up and over. So the exercise is such that we're spreading like you're spreading clay or dough or butter, right? We're spreading it out as we exhale, as we drop the jaw open and tip the head. Okay, let's try it out. Spread. Keep it going. And let's use really melty, softening imagery. So again, you're not pulling, but you're sliding, spreading. Couple more times, sliding down the masseter, up on the temporalis. Okay, once more. And come back to center. So let's complete this exercise once more with just testing out your voice. You can hum, you can say a mantra, you can say a name. Notice if you feel any more relaxed, dropped, right? More space for voice. So enjoy this. Thank you for trying it out. I hope to see you on June 9th. And let me know if there are any questions. Take care and enjoy your voicing.